As a mom, I think the most important thing we can do is to keep our children safe. In our home, that means setting boundaries and explaining to our children the reason for those boundaries. Boundaries such as stranger danger, wearing a helmet when they're playing outside, doing activities and doing sports, as well as what to do in the case of an emergency. By setting these boundaries and giving the children those reasons, I feel that they're able to make safe decisions and still have fun.
I always tell my son to look at drivers in the eyes to make sure that they see him before he crosses the road.
I keep my kids safe by ensuring that they always wear their helmets when they're riding their bicycles or scooters. I also make sure that when they're crossing a road, they know to look both ways. I have two sons. They always hold hands when they're crossing the street and they both look, so that's always important.
So my daughter is just over 2 years old. So safety is a very interesting concept right now. A couple things that we've done are teaching her the word careful, and it's probably said about 100 times a day. Careful, don't touch that. Careful, there's a car.
So one of the most important things I taught the girls is when we're out in a public place, how to look for help. So from a very early age, I taught them how to find someone who works there, how to find someone who looks responsible. I taught them my phone number since they learned to talk.
I have like a toddler and a 5-year-old, and I feel like I'm always obviously telling them to be careful because I'm paranoid that they're going to get hurt all the time. But usually, my biggest concern is always like when they're in the car, making sure that like they're both in car seats and that they're properly installed, and that they're properly belted. I have a lot of friends that just put their kids in car seats and don't even like tighten the straps, and just kind of, I guess being in this industry, you're a little bit more cautious of that kind of stuff.
Keep the communication open and keep letting her know that peer pressure is a serious thing and is a very real thing. I'm always there for her if she needs to talk, and I'd much rather if she sneaks out and she's somewhere she shouldn't be and there is alcohol or drugs, I'd rather her call me no matter what time of night it is. I don't want her to get into a vehicle that could potentially have an impaired driver and do something that you can't turn the clock back.
The other thing is we've had her in swimming lessons since she was 4 months old. So one of the first things that they teach them is how to resurface after entering water, and how to float, really emphasizing water and pool safety in our.
I've taught both my sons my phone number in case there's an emergency situation and they need to get a hold of an adult. They know my phone number. So those are some of the most important things I do to keep my kids safe.
Definitely my 5-year-old has our address memorized, our phone number as well, and yeah, just in case something happens, we talk about stranger danger and that stuff you don't want to talk about, but at the same time you want to make sure that they're safe.
As soon as the girls turned maybe 1.5, I've been teaching them about stranger danger and not to accept food from anybody unless mom or dad are there, and it's like a day-to-day drilling of to-dos and not to-dos. I think my daughters think I come off as a tyrant sometimes, but that's okay because it keeps them safe.